St. Petersburg. Specifically, fracking threatens our water supply. The US EPA, in a final report last year, found that fracking can contaminate drinking water. With our porous geology, Florida could be at an even greater risk. We don't need another threat to our water quality. Again, hope you'll support Amendment 4 implementation in a way that reflects Florida voters, and I thank you for your time and consideration.
Hi, my name is Jessie Weiner. I'm here on behalf of the Florida Father's Rights Movement and Senate Bill 590. But Florida fathers need equal rights. We're supposed to have two parents who walk into a courtroom and they're viewed as fit parents, but they're not given equal time. Currently, 87% of Florida mothers and 17% of Florida fathers are custodial parents. The time sharing is not equal. 4,000 children a day are losing their parent. A year after divorce, nearly 1 million children will have complete alienation from one parent. We need a presumption of equal time sharing. Fit fathers are being denied time. Time that their children will never get back. We are, my husband and I are currently at $100,000 in debt, fighting for equal time sharing. Equal, not majority, not, custodial, nothing, just equal. Talk about women's rights and, equality. Where's the father's rights? Where are those? Because they don't exist. We need a presumption of equal time sharing for Florida families.
Thank you very much. Sandy Freer, after which Michelle Allen. Is Michelle here?
Good morning. My name is Jane Porter. My sister Sandy Freer was unable to attend today. She recently got out of the hospital and is still running a fever. She has a very immune compromised situation, so I'm here in her place. Sandy is the volunteer vice president of Lupus, an allied disease association, and I am on the board. We are the voice of patients with lupus and other immune diseases, sharing mutual advocacy, awareness, and research priorities. I don't have a posse behind me, but I do represent over 90,000 other Floridians that suffer from lupus, like my sister, a disease that attacks the immune system. It can be fatal if not treated correctly, and treating can be very difficult. There is a health crisis that is of great importance to patients like myself. Florida consumers are increasingly finding that the pharmacy benefits, which are marketed and sold to them by their health insurers during open enrollment, are very different from the benefits that they actually receive for the duration of their health insurance contracts. Incredibly, there are no statutes regarding commercial health plans to honor their annual contracts with enrollees when it comes to pharmacy benefits. Commercial health plans are free to increase copays and out-of-pocket costs, enact more restrictions on coverage, and remove coverage of a prescription medication at any time during the contract year. This is a problem because pharmacy benefit changes during a contract year can fundamentally alter the reasons that a consumer chooses a particular health plan. Such a health plan changes commonly impact your constituents living with chronic and life-threatening conditions such as lupus, epilepsy, mental health disorders, HIV, or rheumatoid arthritis. As a healthcare consumer, we're instructed to shop carefully for health insurance that meet our health and financial needs. Medication changes can result in severe health risks. A change in epilepsy medication can lead to seizures, suspension of driving privileges, and potential loss of a job. Medications can push a mental health patient into a health crisis. There are two bills, please. Bill H.R. 95, sponsored by Representative Marsulo, which we are hoping to get testimony for, and in the Senate, Bill S.O. 182, sponsored by Senator Mayfield. We look forward to working with our representative and senators for these bills. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Michelle Allen. Afterwards, Chris Noel. Is Chris here?
The opportunity to speak with you all today. My name is Michelle Allen and I work with Food and Water Watch. Food and Water Watch works to protect consumers and public health by working to ensure people have access to clean water and healthy food. I am here today representing our members in Pinellas County and our over 50,000 members across the state. And Food and Water Watch is a part of the Floridians Against Fracking, a coalition of over 50 organizations across the state who want fracking banned. So like Jennifer Rubiello, that's what I'd like to talk to you all about today, banning fracking. Fracking has been a contentious issue in Tallahassee over the past few years, but it's pretty clear what most Floridians want across the state, and that's for it to be banned statewide. 70% of Florida's population is represented by a county or city that has passed a local measure against fracking. 70%. And just last week, Senator Dana Young and Representative Mike Miller filed bipartisan legislation to ban fracking statewide. I would like to give a big thank you to Senator Latvala for co-sponsoring that legislation, and I urge the rest of the delegation to follow suit and co-sponsor Senate Bill 442 and House Bill 451. Fracking threatens our clean air and water, and it puts the livelihood of people all over the state at risk. Our economy is largely based on tourism. People come to visit our beaches and special places like the Everglades. They definitely don't vacation here to see fracking operations. The Deepwater Horizon oil spill in 2010 was a really awful reminder of how these types of disasters can affect the surrounding economy. Florida businesses along the Gulf Coast depend on a steady stream of tourists, but after the BP spill, they saw a massive drop-off in tourist numbers. Even though oil didn't wash ashore here in Pinellas or most areas on Florida's Gulf Coast south of the Panhandle, we still felt economic effects. So please protect our local economies and environment and support Senate Bill 442 and House Bill 451. Thank you.
We got 3 more
on Florida Fish and Wildlife. If you're going to have exotic or dangerous animals, you must receive a license from Fish and Wildlife. Fish and Wildlife does not require you to have liability insurance in the event of an injury to the public or one of your neighbors. Yeah, this map I have here, there's about 15 Class 1 licenses in Pinellas County and about 90 other classes of animals licensed by Fish and Wildlife. And it just seems appropriate that if you're going to go through the process to get a license to house dangerous animals, no matter who you are, you should have liability insurance in the event that one of those animals causes a problem with one of your neighbors. And that's the extent of it.
Mr. Chair, the chairman of the delegation, we nominate Representative Latvala.
All right, Representative Latvala has been nominated. Are there any further nominations? Do we hear a motion that nominations be closed?
So moved.
All right, move and second nomination be closed. All in favor of Representative Latvala, you want to have a secret ballot? All in favor of Representative Latvala, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, so ordered. Then we have election for vice chairman. Representative Latvala, you recognized.
I move that I nominate Senator Roussan to be the vice chair of the delegation.
All right, Senator Roussan has been nominated. Any further nominations? I hear a motion nomination be closed. The move and second nomination be closed. All in favor of Senator Roussan as vice chairman, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Ordered. All right, so Mr. Noel, you're up. I'm going to turn it over to the new chairman to finish.
Before, or as he's walking up, I wanted to thank the chair for his service, leading our delegation for the past year, and as is tradition, we got you a little present, because we all know your love of baseball, and especially at the Tampa Bay Rays, but in lieu of buying you baseball tickets, we got you something better. and that's what, and you can open it. And it's something that you can treasure for the rest of your days and admire. And that is a baseball that's signed by the entire delegation. Chris, you are recognized to present.
Thank you. Thank you for making it.
Joseph Domenico.
Thank you. I'd like to thank the delegation and both the new chair and the outgoing chair for the opportunity to speak. And my name is Joe Domenico. I'm the Executive Director of the Disability Achievement Center located in Pinellas County. I'm here to present a proposal for funding to create a pilot project for employment training program for persons with disabilities in the hotel motel industry. 63% of individuals with disabilities are not part of the workforce. These individuals are not counted in determining the unemployment rates. Inversely, people without disabilities make up roughly 67% of the workforce. I've been in this field 45 years and I've seen many successes. I've also seen programs that had weaknesses, and what we're trying to present today is a program that's going to address the weaknesses we've seen. This population faces many barriers to employment, low self-expectations for employment, low self-confidence in one's abilities. Many lack basic social skills necessary in the workplace to enhance long-term employability. Many lack independent living skills and community living skills which impact the ability to hold a job. Most people also have difficulty utilizing public transportation. The Tampa Bay area has one of the highest occupancy rates in this industry in Florida. Tourism is the #1 industry in our area. The Tampa Bay Area Lodging Investment Overview report indicates the Tampa Bay area leads the state in average daily rate of growth, occupancy rate growth, and revenue per average rate of growth. This gives us a snapshot of what the expectations will be. This program will identify barriers. There will be a certified instructor. There will be a pre-employment skills component to teach people how to do job search and create resumes. There will be a community life skills component to teach skills necessary for independence in the community and appropriate social work skills. Most important to this program is there will be an active community advisory committee made up of the hotel and motel industry, which will give us three things. It'll keep us abreast of the changes in the industry. It'll give us internships experiences and provide the graduate placement rates.
All right, thank you very much. Last speaker, Mr. James Mansell.
My compliments to the delegation.
Microphone.
My compliments to the delegation. I'm an entomologist. I'm here representing the Democratic Environmental Caucus. Joe Nabron's current Senate Bill 10 proposes purchase of 60,000 acres. That's 93.75 square miles of land south of Lake Okeechobee to create an impoundment. The impoundment's purpose is to forestall the need for releasing hypertrophic water on a large scale into the St. Lucie Canal and Caloosahatchee River, as happened in 2016. This project assumedly will, if implemented, entail the Corps of Engineers writing an environmental impact document under NEPA. The proposed impoundment would have secondary functions of water cleaning and providing water to the Everglades. Creation of a reservoir is not usually for purposes of water quality improvement, but wetlands frequently are created for such a purpose. Wetlands are employed across the nation and the world. In Florida, they have been intentionally created in Orlando and Lakeland area. I believe a better solution than an impoundment would be to create wetlands to the south of Lake Okeechobee and perhaps at the northern ingress into Lake Okeechobee, the Kissimmee River. The water flow from the southern end of the lake could be regulated with an adjustable spillway to feed into the new wetlands so that lake level would not raise to a flooding level that would prompt extraordinary discharge into the St. Lucie and Goosahatchee. Wetlands are resilient if an extraordinary level of release is required. Wetland creation could be contrived to skirt agricultural areas of special value. Water from this central region is of importance to both coasts and especially the estuaries generated from the outflow. Okay, let me, this would, okay, I guess I have to quit. But I think you get the idea.
Thank you very much. I'd like to recognize our has-been chairman for a recognition.
Thank you very much. I'd just like to note that our county attorney, Mr. Bennett, has represented the county attorney's office on this delegation since, pretty much since I've been back on this delegation, is retiring, and this, unless we have an emergency meeting of some sort, this will be his last meeting with us, and I want to express our appreciation for his service to the people of this county.
Thank you very much, members. Y'all have any other comments?